Oh yeah, that thing really slings them in there. Got the little SCCY CPX 2. A lot of you guys have been asking us to review guns that are a little bit more budget minded, a little bit more affordable, okay? These things commonly retail for around 300 bucks. SCCY is a relatively new company. They haven't really been around a ton of time really, but it's basically just like a Kel-Tec P11, but in my opinion a little bit better. It's got some real nice finger swells right here on the frame, polymer frame, stainless steel slide and barrel, so very good construction overall. It is a double action trigger pull, so it's very comparable to like a revolver trigger. You know, it's just got that long take up, and it takes a little bit of time, to kind of get used to shooting this style of trigger. But once you get it, the gun is definitely accurate in terms of, for what it is. What this particular gun is intended to be is a small carry piece, double stack, 10 shots of 9mm in your hand, semi-automatic, and it's just meant to be a good personal defense weapon that is very affordable. One of the things that the SCCY has going for it that I'm a big fan of is the warranty. They have a no questions asked warranty, so if you ever have a problem with this gun, this is one of those types of firearms that they will fix it no matter what. All right, now, I don't really know what exactly it covers because it is a no questions asked warranty. So does that mean that the gun goes taking a trip out of your door while you're going down the highway and then tumbles down the highway 100 yards at 70 miles an hour? Well, maybe. If it's no questions asked, then it shouldn't matter, right? I'm pretty sure some things are going to be happening in the pipeline that we're going to be putting that warranty to the test. We might actually get out and maybe torture test a few of these just to see how rugged they are. But the guns definitely run well. We've probably shot close to 300 rounds through this gun before we started making the video. We've actually sold a lot of these at Moss. So it's one of those things that I know a lot of you are curious about this gun, and that's why we want to go out and just kind of give it an honest assessment. As long as you're doing your part on the trigger, it certainly is accurate enough for defensive work, especially at combat ranges. I mean, you could see I was stringing those rounds right in there. Once you get used to the trigger, you can certainly get the rounds on target like you need to. One thing that I noticed earlier, I was letting my wife shoot it yesterday actually. We were out here kind of familiarizing ourselves with it a little bit more. And my wife wasn't a big fan of the double action trigger. She was complaining that it was a little bit too heavy. That might be something to consider. If you're getting this for a smaller frame person or for maybe a young lady, young man, whoever it may be, the trigger is pretty hefty, okay? It takes a little bit of strength to pull it back consistently. The recoil impulse of this gun is considerably snappy, but it's a lightweight gun, and it's meant to be a small concealed carry piece. So in light of that, it's one of those things that, it's going to be light, it's going to be a little snappy. They used to produce, not this company, but another company used to produce a gun like this in .40 caliber. They stopped making them because the customers were complaining that the recoil impulse was so dang snappy, it was just hard to hold on to. So that's one thing to consider, that with a small auto like this, the recoil impulse is certainly going to be snappy and everything like that. So I think that pretty much covers mainly everything on the gun. Got some nice stylish little cocking serrations here. It does have an internal little hammer there that works in double action. You can see it, moving back and forth. Disassembly on the gun, pretty simple, like most of these guns that you're going to see out there. The company's making a name for themselves. They haven't been in business a horribly long time. I know the SCCY pistol's got a bit of a bad rap early on with the CPX 1, which the early guns had a few issues. A couple of the parts were prone to breakage and that sort of thing. The CPX 2 is essentially the same gun with some slight re-engineering that's been done. They've improved the quality on a couple of the parts. They do make all of their parts and magazines in-house. I was actually talking to one of the guys, and he was letting me know that they are making a lot of their parts in-house. So it is a 100% American-made handgun. Many of you guys want to employ Americans when you buy a handgun. This is definitely a good company to consider if you're wanting to buy American. You get two different magazines. One of them has the grip on the bottom, the extension. The other is a flat floor plate that fits flush in the bottom of the gun for concealed carry, so you're not poking out that bit more. Lock breech, tilting barrel semi-automatic. I mean, it's pretty much your standard fare. We're going to shoot the gun for you today, and hopefully you'll enjoy this video and glean a little bit of information about this gun and get to see it in action. Let's do it. All right, we're going to shoot the SCCY CPX 2 for you a little bit today. This thing's been running pretty nice so far. Just going to do a little bit of rapid fire and slow fire And what I'll do is we'll run up to the barrel, do kind of a little crazy zombie reload, take out some of the gophers, little zombie gophers up there. All right, let's have at it. Not bad. Certainly strings them in there. Let's try our little poppers over here. They're probably about 12 yards away in that ballpark. Oh yeah, put some down. All right, let's do a little slow fire on our 10-inch plates over here to the side. They're about 15 yards away. Not bad. I'll tell you what, you know, that kind of accuracy right there for a little gun like this, and especially in the price range that it's in, I don't really think you can complain with that at all. I mean, for the trigger on this thing's pretty stout. Not bad at all. I'm gonna turn over here and hit the 18x24. Slow fire. Let's just group the gun nice and slow, see what the accuracy's like. One thing I can say about the gun, you know, right out the gate, is that the recoil impulse, you know, it definitely is a little snappy. You know, it rides in the hand nice. It does have very ergonomic grip, considering. The recoil impulse is snappy. The trigger takes a little bit of getting used to. I know I was pulling a couple of my shots, but that's probably just because I'm not used to this trigger. You know, I'm used to shooting Glocks and other guns like that. If you can get past the heavy trigger, and if you can get past the snappiness of the gun, it is a wonderful personal defense weapon for not a lot of money. So I would definitely recommend it. The sights are decent. So Chad's gonna have a go. Let's see how much better he fares.
All right, I'm gonna give the SCCY CPX2 a try out here. And just gonna shoot some variety of steel targets, set up between about 7 yards and about 25 yards, and run through a few mags, run up here to the barrel. I'm gonna take out our sodas up there. So let's get started. Ooh, that long trigger does take some getting used to. There we go. All right, let's see here. All right, I'm hitting it. Let's try our 10-inch plates right here. Well, it's definitely slinging them in there. That trigger pull is sure long though. Definitely slings them in there, but you definitely gotta take some time to get used to that long trigger pull. It's actually a lot longer than my J-frame here by a considerable amount, a lot lighter weight too. But let's do a little more shooting with it and see what we can do.
All right, I know this might be slightly far-fetched, but I'm gonna try shooting this thing out to 50 yards. Chad doesn't seem to think it can reach out there, but I do. We'll see how it does. I mean, 50 yards is kind of a long way for a pistol in my opinion, especially for combat, but let's try it. you know, as long as you do your part, it slings them in there. That would have been a dead perp. But god dang, I mean, for 50 yards, I can't imagine ever having to shoot a handgun at 50 yards. It slings them in there if you do your part. Well, we've been out here shooting the Sky today, and it seems to be running really nice. And what I want you guys to know is that I actually went out of my way to bring 2 of the pistols out here with me today, because for some reason I was just thinking that for the cheap price of the gun that it wasn't going to run right, or there's going to be some kind of problem. I got a brand new one right here, and it hasn't even been fired. I'm going to take it back, and everything's good to go there. But the gun has performed flawlessly. We haven't had a single stoppage or mishap of any type, which, you know, I have to admit, I kind of expected some kind of problem. Because, you know, you end up thinking, all right, well, you know, I'm buying some gun that's inexpensive, and obviously because it's not an expensive firearm, it's not going to be a, you know, a good rig that's going to perform properly and serve me properly. But honestly, you know, we've really tried to go out of our way to review firearms that are a little bit more budget-minded, because I know that some of you guys like value and some of you don't want to spend a ton of money on a pistol, and you shouldn't have to compromise on quality of workmanship and materials. And I think this gun is an excellent value. Is it something that I would buy as a first choice? Probably not. But for some of the people that are budget-minded, it's certainly a acceptable gun for that purpose. I'm going to shoot it a little bit more for you here. Not bad. Let's go take out these poppers here. Oh yeah, take that. All right, got some remaining sodas down there. Oh yeah, blitz those just fine. Not bad. Oh yeah, oh yeah. It certainly would save your life, you know, and that's what the gun's intended to do. We greatly appreciate you watching our video today. Hopefully you learned something about this gun. You know, maybe you gleaned a little bit of information. Maybe you actually enjoy watching it. Wow, maybe as a kind of a surprise there. We try to present things in a very entertaining and educational manner as best we can. We appreciate your guys' time today, and we greatly appreciate you watching. Be sure to subscribe, rate, comment, leave all your suggestions below. If there's a certain gun that you want to see, let us know and we'll do everything we can to review it. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.